Take my breath away, 'cause I'm a slave to society. Please forgive my soul, I was too scared to break away. Could you embrace my flaws, 'cause I was too young to know what's wrong and right, but now I was strong to understand. I was scared to break away. Now I feel so out of place. Please show me the right way, 'cause if you don't, I think I'll lose control. I was scared to break away. Out of way. Cause if you don't, I think I'll lose control. Now I'm away, break away. 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 I'm shutting down, oh can't you see? Need to power my energy. Oh, it's me. I feel invincible, but I'm still scared. Could you embrace my flaws? I was too young to know what's wrong and right, but now to understand. I was scared to break away. Now I feel so out of. Please show me the right way. 'Cause if you don't, I think I'll lose control. I was scared, break away. Out of way. 'Cause if you don't, I think I'll lose control. Now I'm break. Sunshine, butterflies, teary eyes, waking up, smiling in the dead of night. Cold sweats, hot regrets, so depressed, trying to get the pain out of my chest. Nearsight, hindsight, blurry light, giving all I had to keep the love alive. To keep the love alive. Sometimes I want you to run away. Most times I need you here to stay with me, to make it all okay. It's what you did. It's what you did. What you did. You make me come alive. You make me wanna die. Stars fly, magical high, blue skies, trying to figure out if I'm inside a lie. Deep love, it's not enough, I'm gonna cry. Sometimes I want you to run away. Most times I need you here to stay with me, to make it all okay. It's what you did. It's what you did. It's what you did. You make me come alive. You make me wanna die. It's what you do. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's bad. Sometimes I want you to run away. Most times I need you here to stay with me, to make it all okay. It's what you did. Oh, you make me come
I think it's time to bring on the fun and play. Oh, theme music. Oh yeah.
Distance nerding.
What up, everybody? And here we are. Another episode of everyone's favorite show, The Build, here on Distance Nerding. Bring this down a little bit here. And welcome and salutations to everybody a day after Capitola Collectacon. If you weren't there, you failed. But either way, guys, we are getting ready to try and see if I can finish this ship tonight, the Durmstrang, because we got to get into this Batman. I mean, you know, Batman came out this week. We already saw it. Maybe we might discuss it. Maybe we won't. We don't know. But either way, I got to bring on my cohort, my the person who helps me here on the Monday shows. And yeah, I mean, just got to keep it moving and keep it going. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know her. You love her. It's your girl. Where's my button? Hold on. Phoenix!
Hey!
No, they weren't for me. All right. Either way, jumping in here, and you know, we do have a guest that's going to be on today, not on cam, but you know, vocally. Our favorite young Jack is going to be in the building here, so Jackie's going to be joining us, and we're going to do some pod decks, cool funness.
Yeah.
While I build a ship.
I'm interested to see what she wants to talk about.
I know, right? So who we got? We got Raider Ray in the building. What up, Raider Ray?
Ray! He says, don't you dare discuss it, jerk.
I'm talking all the Batman news. I'm spoiling all of it. Why? Because you decided not to come with us, Ray. We sent you the invite. It wasn't your fault. It was Angel told you not to go. But still, either way.
I didn't go either. I was so tired.
What kind of OnlyFans is that? It's the kind where the chick with the big butt doesn't want to be on the screen. So either that or on that. I don't know if you notice my super cool shirt.
Cool Jawa.
But I'm rocking the cool Jawa because our boy Tim Donaldson hooked me up with a shirt and I had to wear it.
I'm jealous.
Got the cool Jawa shirt rocking tonight. Now, before I jump into all of the fun goodness and fun stuff and whatnot, as always, got to shout out the sponsors, especially because we're going to be doing, you know, a heavy episode with both of our sponsors tonight. So the stream, the show, everything we do is brought to you by Pod Decks. Pod Decks are a unique interview question and episode starting prompt in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience or get more engagement, you're going to want to go check out poddecks.com. Now, we're going to primarily be going off of the app that I have here. So I'm going to rock out the Pod Decks here. Oh, yeah. I taught Ray how to W. I gave him the sex in the mouth. And he basically said it is sex in your mouth.
You gave a lot of people a sexy mouth.
Yeah, I gave a lot of people sexy mouth. That's what it is. I gave them the sex in the mouth. Yo, Tyler, how's it going, buddy? But yeah, no, you tried it too, right? You tried the sex. Yeah, and it tastes like Skittles having sex in your mouth, doesn't it?
Yeah. I was like, I need some now.
There was a lot of like doubt on whether it actually was Skittles having sex in your mouth, and it really is. It is terrible. My description of it is terrible. It is delicious, but
you're saying there's not any calories in it, and I'm like, how it tastes like
No maltodextrins. There's no fillers. There's no anything. I'm going to get into that here in a second. But guys, we're going to be doing some pod decks here in a minute and doing the questions and whatnot. Now,
hang on. We need to shout out on Steve Mead too, because he was a big part of this weekend.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't even gotten to that yet.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, I'm shouting the sponsors out first. But yeah, so if the show is powered by pod decks, then Young Phil is powered by Dubby. Now, I over the course of this weekend at the show that we just did, a lot of people have come to the religion of Dubby and now understand why I'm such a big advocate for it. Dubby, right here, is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus concentration reaction time with no jitters or crash. Dubby contains no maltodextrins, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. You got to find out more about Dubby. You go to www.dubby.gg. I'm going to throw that on the screen right there, www.dubby.gg, and use the code NERDING10 for 10% off of your purchase. That's the same code that we use on pod decks. If you go to poddex.com and get some pod decks. This week, I'm going to be just snacking. I'm going to call that because it's the wrong word, but I'm going to be enjoying some delicious Dub Sludge, which is the Granny Smith apple and cherry one. So that's going to be that right there. Now, yes, before jumping into what it was, I have to shout out Rob Kaiser. I have to shout out Steve Mead. I've got to shout out Clint Williams, Arc Excala,
Rob Kaiser.
I said Rob Kaiser first.
Okay.
I've got to shout out Gary Ripper and B and all the people who supported us this weekend, all the people who gave us the opportunity to be at this show and grow the good word of distance nerding. It was a great, amazing show. We had a crap ton of fun. And I'm happy to see some faces that I haven't seen in a while. Ray DeLeon showed up with his lovely wife Angel. They came up from the LA area, Burbank to be exact. I've got it, all the celebrities that we met and everything like that, all the relationships that we built while we were there. It was a great experience.
Totally agree.
While I'm saying this, I've got to start creating my Dub Sludge here and waking up. Do you notice how there's no colors in this stuff when you mix it?
Oh, yeah.
Right? It's just
it looks cloudy when you're mixing it.
Right. So it's not like the color of the flavor or anything like that, like you tend to notice with other energy drinks. It literally is just colorless. It's cloudy because of the stuff that's in it, but it doesn't taste like it would be a nothing drink. Gotta turn the dub set down a little bit.
I'd say the audio is going up and down for me.
Yes. So I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna pour in a little bit of or not really a little bit, but mix it here with some soda stream water.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting for it to go down. There it goes. So I can enjoy some delicious. No!
What did you do?
I poured too much of it at once, and it started coming up over the top.
Don't forget to mix it with your fingers. Yeah.
Only because I made you guys mix it with your fingers. I have a shaker bottle, so.
No, you have to mix it with your fingers. You made it. Yeah, it's traditional now.
Maybe for you. I'm cheating.
I forgot. You just have to mix it with your fingers. Yeah, that's what he told us this weekend.
Yeah. And what makes it worse is that I'm like, you have to mix it with your fingers, and I have a shaker bottle sitting right next to me. I'm like, I just kept forgetting to use the shaker bottle.
Yeah, it's exclusive, guys. He only wanted the VIP to do it, and apparently we weren't VIP.
Exactly. I saved it specifically for Daniel Logan, but I didn't actually make him a drink. So
You guys got to meet him too, didn't you?
I was hanging out with him for a good while, especially at the end of the show. It was just shooting the shit with him the entire time and just cracking jokes and messing with him.
We were having a good time backstage too. Oh, he's such a riot. He's so much fun.
He's a clown. I love that guy. And hopefully we see him on the show sometime soon. But yeah, I mean, met a whole bunch of people, whole bunch of celebrities.
Oh, it's fun too because when he gets with the other Bobas, they treat him like such a little kid because they've known him since he was a little kid.
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we've known him since he was this tall, and it's so much fun.
Because he was that tall.
Yeah.
He was the baby fat.
Baby fat. I know, right?
Mm-hmm. Now, before I start building the Durmstrang, I have a very, very special mini build I'm going to do. My boy Ray DeLeon got me a gift.
Oh.
It's just a minifig, but it's Deadpool as Bob Ross.
It's so small.
And I'm making
You've already built it.
Yeah, I know, right? And I'm going to make this now. All right. So I've got the little body right there,
Okay.
And we're going to put the Deadpool head on it. And then the signature Bob Ross afro. So far, so good. Got to put his arms on now because it comes without his arms on it for some reason. All right, put some hands on him. And we're going to paint some happy clouds. Happy, happy little clouds. Now next we talk softly. Has to sound like I lost his afro.
I'm going to put a cloud there, and if you tell anyone, I will cut you.
What you doing?
We won't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone that he's building it there. I don't know. I'm tired. I don't know about you, but I'm completely fried. I was even telling people yesterday.
Real quick here. I'm gonna stop the camera real quick, just for a second, just because. Go ahead, Jack. Come on. She feels more comfortable. Okay. Now, Jack, since you're sitting there, do me a favor. I got this as a gift from Ray DeLeon.
Jack, you might want to move your drink to the right.
Oh no, she's fine. She can drink alcohol on the show. It's Jack.
Okay.
Show that to the camera real quick.
Cool.
Deadpool or Bob Ross Deadpool. Yeah.
Oh, a little higher. A little higher. There you go.
Exactly.
We can't even hear her.
I said, thanks for letting me know. I was saying
sorry.
that
There we go.
whenever you watch Bob Ross and he's always laughing after he cleans his brush and shakes it, it's because he's always thinking about all the people that when they clean their brush and shake it, they actually throw it across the room, and that's why he always laughs.
Yeah. Actually, you can come on the shelf up there.
Okay.
So yeah, shout out right here, Ray. Thank you for the Wade Ross minifig there. I was really excited when you gave that to me at the show, man. And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
It was really nice to meet him and Angel too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
finally.
It's our second time hanging out with him and Angel, and they're a riot. I love them so much.
Julie, our staple to the comments every week. Hello, Julie.
There you go. Oh, is it going to be weird? Are we going to have a weird moment with Jackie on the show and her mom in the chat?
Her giving away my inheritance.
She does give away your inheritance to me.
Yeah, well, guess I deserve it.
She's probably just marrying you for him, like just to keep him.
Wait, Julie's marrying me?
No.
Yeah,
She's making sure this wedding happens just so she can have you. She can
Oh.
keep you. I'm tired. I'm like, Phoenix no here today.
Yeah. I was like, your logic isn't working there. That's not not how
When
that
are
works.
you gonna build these?
Probably after the Batmobile, because the Batmobile was supposed to be for this month,
Yeah,
and I didn't think that this one was going to take this long.
Because I messed up. What are you giggling about, Phoenix?
What Ray said.
Oh, what do you say? When I shake it, it always goes across the room. Angel hates our shower curtain now. Ray, I love you so much, man. All right.
So how's the ship coming along?
So this is the progress we have right now.
Mhm.
Which movie is this in again? I
This
forgot.
was in not was it Order? No, not the one before Order of the Phoenix. It was Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Is that what number 5? See, I only read the first book, the second book, and the third book halfway twice.
Halfway twice.
And then it got too dark, and it just wasn't my jam anymore.
Like it wasn't a kid thing anymore. It just became like really, really messed up.
Yeah, maybe some other stuff was going on in my life. I don't remember.
That was my favorite book. That was the very first book I ever read.
The third book?
All of the books.
Which one was the one that you read though?
I mean, well, Phoenix.
Oh, you mean it's like the
first
first
stone? Yeah.
I mean, it was like the first book the first like series that you
Yeah.
read. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, what made you read the third one first?
Because it was like that was my favorite book, and it's like there's 7 of them. So
Well, I picked up the third one, I think, because my mom read me the first and the second, and I think I picked up the third or the fourth by myself. Because she wasn't reading fast enough. I was like, you only do me a chapter every few days. Hurry up. Like, come on.
I remember when I started reading the first book, like, what's Harry's birthday? It's like July 31st or something like that.
Mhm. Yeah.
I was reading the book and that part on July 31st. I'll never forget that. I was like, wait, that's today.
happy birthday, Harry! Harry Potter.
From picture books of Harry Potter book 3. Yeah, pretty much. I think during the third book, I would have been. He says, as a toddler from picture books of Harry Potter book 3. What year did the book come out? I think it came out.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
I want to say, I don't know. I think I want to say 99, 80, 98 or 99.
Let me see.
Because
Movie came out 2004.
Oh, sorry. Books. Yeah, I want to say like 98, 99. I'm trying to
Because
think.
it wasn't that long from when she released the first book to when they did the first movie.
I want to say I was in like 4th or 5th grade.
Let me see. It would have been 1999, so I would have been 8.
Yeah.
I see the violence in your eyes and
2 chapters per night, British accent. Thank you very much, my mother says.
finding you can decide
Yeah, she did all the voices. I got sick of waiting for her to go on.
Oh, is that Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Like worst Cockney you can do. That
Cockney, yeah.
that Cockney is worse than Dick Van Dyke's when I do it. Oh, is that Harry Potter?
I don't think I read it in an accent. I don't even think I all I know is when I would read cupboard, I never read it as cupboard. I always read it as cupboard.
Mhm.
I was like, what is a cupboard? I couldn't figure it out. That's how stupid it was.
Let me ask you this, Jack. When you read books
Mm-hmm.
and the character is from a certain region or certain area,
Mm-hmm.
in your head, do they have an accent?
No, unless it's written that way in their dialogue. So
Okay.
like when I read Gone with the Wind, when I read The Help, when I read The Kitchen House, when I read all of those, they write the accents like in the dialogue, and then I will do it. But no, I don't really do like different
Do they have
accents.
different voices in your head?
Sometimes.
Or is it like more like a narrative dialogue? So like it's just like you read it as if you were a narrator.
I don't know. I really can't answer that.
Okay,
It depends on how it's written, I guess.
because with comics, every character has a different voice in my head.
Yeah, see, the only comic I've ever really been super into reading is a Calvin and Hobbes book my mom got me.
But even then, like Calvin and Hobbes, if I read Calvin and Hobbes, they have distinct voices. For me, like the best example I have is whenever I read Batman, right? The Joker is always Mark Hamill, and Kevin Conroy is always Batman in everything that I read.
Yeah, no. I got the book I'm reading right now. It's very uniquely written, I guess I should say. There's not one single narrator, and they're not even like they switch between characters very like in a way I've never seen before or never read before. And I don't use voices with them unless they have a dialogue that's written out that is specific to them. And especially with this book, because they are actually talking a lot about the different, like Central and South American accents, because they're migrating. So they're migrating from the main people in the book are migrating from Acapulco, and then they meet all these different people along the way, and they point out like, oh, that person has an Honduran accent, or this person has a whatever accent, but you could probably point them out. I can't point them out.
I know I've mentioned it to people before. Have I ever told you that like a lot of times I can pick up on where someone's from by their accent? Yeah.
I think a lot of people who are of Asian descent can also do that. I can't.
Because it's like in English, right? You know, you can tell someone's from the South or from different parts of England or Scotland, things like that. So it's like, you know, it's the same thing with us.
So I can't really picture what that is in my head. But in the book, when they're trying to figure out if people are watching them, or they're trying to figure out where people are from to see if they're influenced by a certain cartel, they'll say like, oh, this person has a Honduran accent and whatever. Because the two people they're traveling with are from Honduras. So, and then they use like different like slang terms that I'm always having to like look up, like, except they actually ran into somebody who was Mexican, and he was using the Mexican slang that I know. So like he was saying way.
Órale, güey.
They said that, and then the other one that I asked you about, the no
mom.
Yeah, the no manches.
No manches.
That one, they were using that.
Yeah,
so I was like, okay, they're Mexican.
That's hella Mexican.
So I knew where they were from, but everybody else, I'm not so much.
We were talking about that at dinner last night. Remember, Phoenix? Like, well, at least me and V were, because she's Korean, and she was like, oh yeah, like how Nicaraguans say chavalo, and I'm like, yeah, I mean that's a like common thing that we say.
Yeah, and then they because they spent a lot of time on La Bestia, the train, on top of the train, because they're migrants. They are in that dialogue talking about like somebody will use a word and somebody won't know what that word means, and so they like discuss like what the similar word to that is. So
yeah, you guys were doing that last night. You were
we say blah 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 blah, and she's like, what do you guys say? And we were like, oh no, we say it this way. Like I think we were talking about bottle.
Yeah.
Right, like the word bottle, like, you know, we like Nicolas, I usually say botella, but I mean, like, you know, it's usually there's different slang words for different words in different cultures.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's probably, I mean, that's true for most
everything.
languages. Yeah. It's like soda and pop.
Yeah.
or even taking like a word in Spanish, you two were like looking at it and going, okay, but I would pronounce that differently based off. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I noticed in specifically people from Atlanta call everything Coke.
Coke.
What kind of Coke you want? I'll take a Fanta. That's a Coke.
Una Fanta.
Una Fanta. In America, we drink a lot of Fanta.
That's a very East Coast thing too. Everything is Coke. Even when it's not Coke, it's still a Coke. Even probably Midwest, Michigan says pop. Yeah.
Mhm.
James says Michigan says pop. I was taught soda. It's soda. Anything is a soda.
See,
That's a West Coast thing, though.
my grandpa was from Oklahoma. He used to call it soda pop.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You want a soda pop?
See, I come from native San Franciscans, so I'm not sure where that falls into.
Everything's a soda for us.
Yeah. And I noticed that we clip things like my grandfather, who was a Irish San Franciscan, everything was a sandwich.
Mhm.
I mean, we do that, and we're not Irish. But we also tend to baby talk around our house a lot.
I know, right?
Babe, you want a sandwich?
I was told that it's a very San Franciscan thing to do because of the influence of the culture and the languages that came into San Francisco over the last few hundred years.
Mm. Yeah, it's a bit of a melting pot, I suppose. Doing.
I'm getting messages from people that are like, I wish I could see it too. I'm getting messages like, I bought you stars, and then I'm like, I can't see them.
Stars. So when you see a name that pops up that doesn't have any words, it's just
Okay.
like that's usually somebody purchasing stars.
Okay.
Probably. Oh, I was reading back up on the comments, and from Ray, BT Tub Jackie Angel is excited to meet you, as am I, even though I have no idea when that'll be. Yeah, I was gonna go. I was 100% gonna go to Capitola. What is it? Collectacon. I was 100% gonna go, and then I just gas prices and the fact that it's so far. I tried to make a day out of it with Philippe's mom, and I made a reservation at Shadowbrook, which is in Capitola.
Mm-hmm.
And I figured, like, oh, maybe Sandra and I can go down. We can go, like, see Philippe's thing. And then, because she likes going out to dinner and she likes fancy places and stuff. So I was like, oh, so I made a reservation and everything. And I talked to her, and she's like, oh, I'm going to Lassen that day. Can you watch my dogs?
Oh.
And I was like, well, I'm still going to go and, like, support Philippe, but then
it wasn't quite that, because she actually was upset when she found out, because she was like, oh, I want to go to that, but
yeah, but she
couldn't cancel.
He's talking about his mom. Yeah. Anyway, so she couldn't get out of it, so she was gonna go, and then I was like, well, I'll just go, but then, like, gas prices, and it's so far, and I was just like, it's just not worth it to me. So then I just decided I wasn't gonna go. And then Friday on my way to work, I was like, oh, well, now I can watch Philippe's mom's dogs, and so she can go do her thing. So I went and I watched her dogs all weekend, and woke up Sunday morning to the smell of Fritos, because the dogs smell like Fritos, and the one slept on my pillow.
Oh,
Zoe is the biggest pain in the butt. She's a princess, and she wants everything her way. So
she's not that. She was good for me, except in the middle of the night, she did two things. She slept, like, in between. I didn't know this, but, like, she was sleeping in between my legs. Well, I almost flung her across the room when I woke up in the morning. And
I told you she does that. I warned you.
Not on purpose.
No,
it's because I got up and I flipped my blankets off. I didn't realize she was on that part. And so I almost flung her across the room. And then Sunday morning when I woke up, so I have two pillows. I have a white pillow and a blue pillow. My white pillow is on the bottom. My blue pillow is on top. Well, a lot of times my blue pillow shifts. Well, I guess when it shifted, she took up the real estate on my white pillow. And so I woke up smelling like Fritos in the morning. I mean, his mom's usually pretty good about bathing them and stuff, but she guess she hadn't gotten to that. I guess
that small dogs do smell like Fritos. I've got designer, I guess they call them teddy bears, so they don't smell like anything to me. But I hear, are they short-haired dogs?
No, they're Yorkies. I would say they have, like, length to their hair.
Okay.
But and they're also they run around outside and roll in the dirt and stuff. So I mean, they're gonna stay with.
They basically live on a ranch.
They're little dogs. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. But it was like first thing in the morning, all I smelled was Fritos, and I was like, what the heck? But Zoe, she misbehaves for his mom and also for Philippe because his mom and Philippe and his mom react the same to her.
I'm not as extreme as my mom, though.
No.
I mean, she's basically your sister, right, Philippe? I mean, it's your mom's baby.
Kind of. I mean,
she's spoiled.
She is very.
She's
spoiled.
very spoiled, Zoe. And then there's Callie, and Callie is a rescue type dog. We don't really know how old she is, but she's sweet girl. She's missing some teeth, and she kind of looks a little derpy.
Oh,
But she's very good. And when Sunday morning, she tried to she sleeps in her bed, and minds her own business. It's Zoe that wants to sit on your head and sit on your head and then get up and run around and then sit on your head and then run around and sit on your head, and Callie just stays in her bed. But Sunday morning, Callie crawled out of her little bed and she was trying to snuggle, and then Zoe kept stepping on her head because Zoe gets jealous. Little Zoe girl.
And I assume the empty thing is my mom getting a star. So thank you.
Nice.
500 is what she's telling me. I can't see that, but
500 stars. So I think that's $5. It might be less.
Thank you.
Thank you for the stars.
Because you're a star.
Baby, you're no, it's firework. Never mind. I was gonna sing a song. I'm not gonna do that because I can't think of a star song.
Oh, apparently it's almost $10. Cool.
Shining star.
Oh, you're a shining star. No
matter who you are.
Come back for me. Truly be.
Okay. Oh, it's supposed to be heads are winning tonight. Says Fairfield 36, Vacaville 35 miles per hour wind.
I know. I was
22, Lincoln 30, and Marysville 28.
I was trying to do a big thank you earlier today because I was taking some pictures of some of my Funkos because some of them were gifted to me. And I apparently had some people leave gifts at the table for me, and I was trying to take pictures, and everything was blowing off the table. So
Treasure Island has a ferry service now.
Do that?
Mm-hmm.
Treasure Island has sold out. Sold out.
There's a lot of new stuff at Treasure Island now.
I still love you. I still love you, Treasure Island.
Never been. I don't think.
We used to go to the flea market every month. I wonder how my nut guys do it.
for the longest time, Treasure Island is not really a place that has attractions in the city.
A lot of many years you couldn't even go on Treasure Island because it was an active naval base, and then they opened it up, and then they had Job Corps there, and then they had a couple of random things, and they still had the old barracks and stuff.
There's wineries there and stuff too.
Yeah, but they had the old barracks, and so they have once a month, but I guess before COVID, I don't know. But anyways, when we lived down there, the once a month they had the Treasure Island flea market, and it was it wasn't just a regular old flea market. They had real businesses and food trucks, and it was this really cool thing. And on a nice day, it was a really cool place to be. Sometimes they had live music and stuff like that. And so then they started tearing down the barracks and stuff, and now they're building these ginormous luxury apartments on there. Yeah. So my uncle, I was at my uncle's house a couple months ago, I guess at this point, and my uncle's old, and Mom, don't tell Terry I said that. And
Terry's young at heart, okay?
Yeah, he's young at heart. He's got a lot. My uncle has a lot of really cool stuff. He grew up at a really cool time. He was just one of those cool kids, and he has a lot of really cool stuff.
Her Uncle Terry is the one who's responsible for giving me the Mustang.
Yeah, the Lego one.
The Mustang build that we did.
Anyway, I was gonna say, what Mustang? You don't drive a Mustang.
I know.
No, the Mustang build that I did a while back, the Lego build.
Okay.
Terry's the one that got us that.
My uncle has a Mustang.
Okay.
He has my aunt's Mustangs. It's not an older one; it's a newer one. But
I used to drive a Mustang. Mom, what was that green one?
I used to drive a Mustang too.
Oh God, then you wrecked it.
Yeah.
Because you're a
I
vindictive.
had to.
No,
I
somebody
did
hit me.
mine. I
Somebody
did my
hit me.
way.
I've never had anything other than a Honda or a Toyota.
Yeah. I had a 99 Mustang. Somebody spun out of the far right lane into the fast lane and smashed into the side of it on the freeway.
But anyways, like I was saying, we were at his house, and my niece was here from Poland. My brother and my niece were here from Poland, and so we were in his office and we were looking at his different stuff, and I found this booklet from the 1939, like the visitor guide from the 1939 World's Fair. And my mom was in there, and I was like, oh man, this is really cool. And I started looking through it, and I took a picture of it, and I sent it to the Treasure Island Museum. And they ended up messaging me back about it, but it was really cool. So my mom told my uncle I thought it was cool, and he's like, oh, well, she can have it. It is really cool because it has like the map, it's like a really cool piece of like ephemera, and it has like the map in it and everything of like all the different attractions that were at the World's Fair when it was on Treasure Island. It's just, I don't know, it's just really cool. And it was like 25 cents back then, and it was just made to be read and used and thrown away.
Yeah.
And here it is, however many years later. So supposedly gave it to my mom to give to me.
You still haven't seen it?
No. Well, I don't know. I don't think I've seen my mom since he possibly gave it to her.
Gotcha.
Okay, James is saying favorite park that's not Disneyland. Pick 2 spots. Okay. What's your favorite? Phoenix, what's your favorite park that's not Disneyland, and why?
Candlestick Park. Let's see. Yeah, I have so many memories of Candlestick Park.
I've only you know what, Candlestick Park, I only went to one game. I only went to one game, and it was a Giants game in '97, and JT Snow was pitching, and it was to this day the coldest I've ever been.
Damn, that's
Really? Yeah.
back memories for me. Just the name JT Snow.
Yeah, that's the only game I ever went to, Candlestick. But the guy that I used to talk to in high school, his grandma used to live on 3rd, which is like the street you take to get to Candlestick Park. And so we used to like see people like going to the game and that kind of stuff, and just that part of it. And there was like a little what's the name?
What's the name?
No, little what's the name? What is it? Like not a diner, but like one of those, like, I can't think of it. It's not a diner. It's almost like, I would say almost like a red onion. What would you call that?
Greasy Spoon?
Yeah. But anyways, and so a lot of people from the games used to like go there and get stuff, and we would go there and get stuff too. So what's your next one, Phoenix?
I'm trying to remember. There's a park with a train in the Bay Area, and I'm trying to remember what it was. I have so many.
Oh, Tilden Park. I used to get car sick going up there. Like full on sick, car sick. My mom used to go up there and go drink, get drunk. Back when she was in high school, they used to go. One time, actually, I got a pretty funny story about my mom in Tilden. So my mom, her parents were older when they had her. My grandma was 42 and my grandpa was 56 when my mom was born. And and my mom was the baby of like 7 kids, right? And so my mom was also the wild child. And so she'd tell, but my grandma had this saying, like, as long as you're honest with me, I'll always stick up for you. So when my mom, back when she was in high school, she said, hey mom, we're going to go spend the night up in Tilden, which was like, they were going to go up there and drink and just like stay up in Tilden. Well, our friends used to lie to their parents and say, oh, I'm going to go stay at Susie's. And Susie would go say, oh, I'm going to stay at whatever's house. And then anyway, so one time they went and stayed up in Tilden, and all the parents, the jig was up. The parents figured it out. So they called my grandma, and they were giving my grandma crap because my grandma didn't stop them. And my grandma said, yeah, okay, well, I know where my kid is. You don't know where yours is, and hung up on him.
Oh.
And so that's what, and then anyway, so that's when my mom used to go up until
I know where my kid is.
She goes, I know where my kid is. You don't know where yours is, and hung up on him.
You know, it's funny because I remember my parents took me there as a little kid constantly because I go visit my dad on the weekends. And then I just stopped going because my dad left and moved to a different state. And then they brought me back as a teenager. My mom was like, "You love this place." When I was 5, you know, and then we went on the trains and I was a moody little teenager and I made all sorts of sarcastic comments the whole time. So that's I think that was the last time I really remember that place. I think I was about 18 or 19. I'm like, I hate this place.
We almost thought about getting married up there, and then I realized how expensive it was going to be, and I was like, oh hell no. But they have the so there's Lake Anza up there. Lake Anza, you can go. I don't think you can swim in it right now or whatever, but you used to be able to go swimming up there. And then they had the horses and the ponies that you can go up and like ride it around in a circle. And then there's the merry-go-round. And then I don't know if my mom is here. Then they had some other, but those are the stuff those are the thing. Oh, and then the little farm, when my nieces and nephews were really little, we'd take them all up to the little farm and let them feed goats and stuff like that.
I had a friend that got married on one of those farms. And I was really surprised how expensive it is to get married on a farm.
Yeah. Yeah, it is.
Actually, our moms were talking about the beach boardwalk.
Are we talking Santa Cruz or are we talking the one that was in
Santa Cruz?
Okay.
Yeah.
My mom went to the one Playland at the beach.
Playland
and
at the beach,
that's one. Yeah, Playland at the beach is something that my mom can remember. My mom will remember and went to when she was a kid.
Universal in Orlando, Ray says.
I want to say my mom was just old enough to catch that before it was.
Well, it closed down in 72.
Yeah.
So, and your mom was born in what, 55?
55? So
yeah, my mom's only 2 years older than your mom. Yeah. Santa Cruz boardwalk was cool.
I'm excited for next year because we will be on the beach boardwalk.
Yeah.
I can't really speak for you guys yet, but yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, that'll be cool. I would probably go to that.
Jackie's like, I'm not coming to your con, but I'm gonna go rides all day.
My stepdad used to have a house up in the Santa Cruz Mountains, and when he was I used to go down there when he would need to go down there, and he would, especially when I was learning how to drive, it was like an opportunity for me to drive because he basically taught me how to drive. And he would go do whatever he was going to do, work or whatever, and then I would just drive around Santa Cruz. But that was when I didn't go when the boardwalk was open, but last time I went to the Santa Cruz Beach boardwalk was probably like 10, 11 years ago. We went, it was like a big group of us, and we went, they had a like 1917 nights. So everything was priced. Not everything, but like drinks, hot dogs, popcorn, and like that kind of stuff was priced at 1917 prices. So you could get like a hot dog for like 50 cents, and like we just ate a bunch of hot dogs and sodas and popcorn. That's all we had because it was cheap. But that was fun. Let's see.
Universal Orlando. I think I've been to Universal Orlando once.
I've never been to any parks in Orlando. I want to go to Disney World really bad. If I was, and you know, we never got around to what my favorite park was. But
what is your favorite park?
My favorite park for the longest time was Great America.
Oh, Great America.
Yeah.
I used to go there when I was in Girl Scouts.
Top Gun ride and Drop Zone were like my two favorite rides.
I never been on Drop Zone.
Drop Zone was so fun.
I think I went on the Edge.
Drop Zone was one of those things where I was completely terrified to get on it until one of my friends was like, "You just have to do it," and got on, and I was like, "Oh my god, this is so much fun! I don't know why I didn't get on this."
I remember they used to say that like when you got on that ride, you put a quarter on your knee, and it would like float, like above when you would drop down.
Cool.
And then another one that I liked was the Demon.
Fairyland in Oakland. Oh god, Mom, you're showing your age. Fairyland is very much, I think Fairyland is actually older than Disneyland.
Yeah.
And actually there's so one of the guys that helped that was kind of like a designer of Playland at the Beach ended up getting hired by, his name was something Whitney, something Whitney. He was like employee number 2 at ended up getting hired with Disney. And so some of it, the Playland at the Beach influence made its way into Disney. And I think a lot of the design from Disney, not a lot of it, but some of the design from Disney also came from Fairyland and
Well,
Oakwood.
I know Paradise Pier is supposed to be based on a combination of the Santa Barbara Pier and
Santa
Atlanta
Barbara or the
Beach.
Santa Monica?
Santa Monica, sorry, Santa Monica.
Santa Monica. Yeah.
It's supposed
My
to
mom,
play on both.
like this. She's talking about what is it, like the 80s? And under an hour, I got over 65 people together, and I went to Great America.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Now that's like $1 billion to go.
My sisters, not the first time I went to Great America, but one of the times, maybe it was the first time, my sister was 5 months pregnant with my niece, and we were standing in line for a ride, and I had never been on a roller coaster before, and they kept telling me, I was like really nervous, and they're like, "No, don't worry, it's just the train. We're just getting in line to get on the train." Well, then we get up to the thing, and my sister, who's like 5 months pregnant, is in line. I'm 7. I'm like 7 years old. I was 6. No, I was 6 because I was 6.
Is this Jen?
It was Jen. I think all of them, and
But
Taylor's dad
Jen's the one that was
pregnant. She's pregnant with Taylor.
Jen is evil.
Yeah, she is pretty evil. Anyway, so then we get to the ride, and my sister gets in the like little buggy cart, and then she gets out, and I'm like, wait. And as soon as we go on the Demon, we were going on the Demon, and as soon as we start going through the tunnel, I'm like, I don't think this is the train. And I had a good time or whatever, but the whole time they were telling me, oh no, it's just the train. It's just the train. It was not the train, but I liked it, and I went on it again. So you said Great American. What else?
Great America is my big one. Like I said, like the Demon, the Grizzly, those are like the 2 big ones for me. The Demon was my first roller coaster.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah. But mine was more mine was an actual like legitimate choice versus yours just being a force. Oh. Right? Like it was more Dominic just kept calling me a pussy. Like Dom just kept calling me a pussy.
That's not nice.
And I wasn't gonna let my brother one up me, so
oh god, yes. Oh, James, I thought that was okay. So James said
you've got a bunch of older people over 65 together. My mom's not even over 65. Is your mom over 65, James? I'm guessing so. That or she had it when she was 3.
I mean, people like I'm sure they have like senior groups who go and like go to those things, like walk around. I mean, hell, every time I have to take my mom to Disneyland, I gotta push her around in a wheelchair. Mostly
Catholic high schools. My mom's almost 80. Your mom's the same age as my grandma. Aw.
James is also in his 40s. For those of you,
okay, that is out of the bag. Mostly Catholic high school.
He's Filipino, so he will look young for the rest of his life.
Oh yeah.
Oh, now he's just being a dad. Catholic
high school girls
over
64 years old. Okay.
You're reminding me of my neighbor Ed right now. He says things like that.
I'm only in my 50s. Yeah.
James is like the dad joke king. If you guys haven't figured this out by now.
Let's see.
I'm glad my mom had me young because like we have that connection. Who's Ed?
I just said Ed, my neighbor. I said he says Ed is cool. I like Ed. He was going to officiate our wedding, and then we changed the date, and he's gonna be on a cruise. So that's not gonna happen.
It sounds handsome too. Please invite him over for dinner. James, you're married, okay?
Stop hitting on Ed, James.
Ed's a cool guy.
He is.
He is.
Actually, the last, and Jackie, we did not enjoy this, but the last time I had any kind of tobacco product was actually with Ed. I smoked a cigar with him.
When?
It was that party we went to.
Oh, that's right. What party was that?
I don't remember.
Was it Lena's birthday? I think it was Lena's. I think it might have been Lena's birthday. Yeah,
but I smoked a cigar with him.
Carmen. Cigars are different. I've smoked a cigar with Ed. Way back when.
He's handsome. He's funny. He takes me on cruises. He's a catch. I mean,
Ed is living his best life with Carmen. She just
Does
kind
you-
of tags along.
does your wife know about this, James?
Jenny doesn't have to know about anything. Shut your mouth.
No.
Ed is always a really good reference that I have to give. Or he's always been whenever I had to do jobs or background checks or anything like that, I usually give Ed as a reference, and he usually gives pretty good references. Or he does, not usually, he does.
I recently used Phil as a reference, and I guess the lady talked to him, and she's like, he just sounds so awesome. And I was like, he is. He totally is.
That's the first thing I thought. First time I ever talked.
No,
to
the
Phil.
first time you ever talked to me, you thought I was a tool.
I did. 100. 100.
But also the first time we hung out, because it went. Now that I think back on it, it was a very creepy first like encounter.
Oh, that's nice.
No, not you. Like, I was creepy. My action was I invited her over,
And I went over.
and she went over, but I cooked her food. And to this day, one of her favorite things that I make is that chicken.
Yeah, but you haven't made it the same since.
Well,
what
I've
was
been
that
using
noise?
breast meat lately. It sounds like somebody's getting text messages.
Oh,
The last time I haven't made it with thighs in a
No.
while. I keep making it with breasts, and
Yes.
I need to get thighs because it's not as juicy without the
Yeah.
thighs.
yeah. We do need one. we
That's
do
what
need to
he
do
said.
that. Yeah. And then our first date we went on, I got food poisoning.
Yep.
And I don't get food poisoning. I have something with scallops. Scallops don't sit with me for some reason.
We went and got sushi. She got scallops, and the scallops just messed with her.
Yeah, I had to like call in sick to work the next day because there was no way I was going to be able to sit on Bart. No way.
James says, wait, how'd you two meet? Was Ed involved? Did he introduce you to? Ed is a saint.
No, Ed has nothing to do with this, actually. No, I met Philippe. We met online.
We met on the interwebs.
We met on a dating app, just like so many other awesome people in this world.
Gina and I met on stage.
What is that?
What stage?
We were doing improv together. And
Stage.
Oh, on stage.
on stage.
I thought you said
That's a
Sage.
billing software for me.
I thought it was just like another app. I was like, the hell is
No.
Sage?
Hmm.
Stage.
Oh.
Yeah, no, we were doing improv together, and
Staged.
I remember our very first one too because he was a saxophone man, and it just the whole thing went completely out of control. But my teacher actually said,
And you
because
said
it
this
was-
is the man I have to spend the rest of my life with.
yeah. No, we were also in a class together. Not only doing improv, but we were in a class together, and the teacher was like, it was an acting class. And he was like, I always have one couple that comes out of this class. They get married and the whole thing, and I'm responsible for it. And I guess we were that couple.
Yeah, I actually today at work, Natalie told me that her male friend, Fran, I don't know why I said Fran like that. Her male friend that she's been in courtship with, he shaved his beard or mustache or something. And I said, oh my God, did you cry? Because the first time Philippe cut his, I cried. And she's like, what, you cried? And I said, yeah. And I went back and I showed her the picture. She's like, oh my God. I said, when he sent me the picture after he had shaved his beard and stuff, I thought he was sending me an old picture. And when he told me that it was a current picture, I literally was so disappointed. Philippe didn't always grow his hair out like he does now and do like the pretty boy look. He actually did very like faded. It was called like faded.
Had a fade, yeah.
He had a fade, and it wasn't that it looked bad because it does look good. I just was like, let's just say he went from what did somebody say? You went from Mountain Dew to like tequila or something like that.
Yeah.
No, somebody said you went from Mountain Dew to Four Loko. That's what it was, because he just So, but anyway, so I at some point I said maybe you should try just like growing your hair out and doing like a pretty boy look, and I like it. I think it looks better than the other way, but
Funny because she was so upset that I shaved my beard, and now it's like Never grow it out again.
Well, because when he originally had it, it was like really long and like shaggy. He kind of did look homeless. But just a
I
little
had
bit.
the average. I had the average vet look. It was like every look that every vet has when they get out of the army. It's like shaved head with like a giant beard.
That vet. Okay, I was like, do veterinary people have a look?
No, military vet.
Okay.
Veterans.
Yeah, it was not the business. So like I was upset that he shaved the beard. I was glad he cut his hair, but I was upset that he shaved the beard. And I was like, please don't ever do that ever again.
Aw.
So cute.
The chat is obsessed with Ed.
Oh,
And
what do we
What have you done, Jackie?
Oh gosh. Cradle robber without
Who's a cradle robber?
Oh, cradle.
I think they want you to reconsider for Ed, Jackie.
What would Ed think? What would Ed think? Ed really likes Philippe.
Ed, yeah, Ed actually does really like
And
me.
Carmen really likes Philippe too.
Are you cheating on Ed with Phil? Is that it?
No.
Ed was her former best friend's dad.
Okay.
So-
Okay.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I would say Ed was my neighbor.
Yeah.
And I was friends with his daughter.
That's okay. Better description than what I just did right now.
They want to know if Ed approves of Philippe.
Yeah.
We just said that. He does.
Yeah.
Ed's a cool guy.
Ed loves me.
Watch, James is like knocking on Ed's door.
Ed taught all of us kids how to drink.
Oh my god. So does Tyler know Ed then?
No.
This is my neighbor from my parents' house.
Okay.
This is Jackie's old neighbor, not our neighbor in our house.
Okay.
Yeah. Does Ed want to come over and build the drum? No, he doesn't.
Is this just James making suggestions like he always does?
Mm-hmm.
Making random suggestions.
You know what's funny is I actually shared the stream tonight, and I wonder if Ed's even gonna hop on.
That would be funny if Ed hopped on. He's like, "You guys are talking about me? How interesting that you guys are like."
James is in love with you, Ed. Just letting you know.
Oh, Lord.
You might just have to text him and be like, "You have to get on the stream. Everybody loves you. They want to meet you."
No, I'm not gonna do that. He'd probably think it was ridiculous.
Ed is the CEO of W. I'm not sure where this chat went, but okay.
What?
He used to be, I don't know if he was a CEO, but he used to be a co-founder, part owner of a hotel software company. He's retired. He was one of the founding people of the software company. And that's actually, so I used to be terrified. I still am not terrified of flying. Flying just makes me really nervous. And so what I still say is Ed flies all the time. Ed flies all the time. Because one of the things that Leela, his daughter, and I used to do is we would because he used to go to like conventions all over the place, and so we'd always have to we go pick him up from the airport. And so Leela and I, that's just something we would do. We'd go pick her dad up at like 11 o'clock at night at the Oakland airport. And so he used to fly all the time, and I was so nervous to fly. I used to go, Ed flies all the time. Ed flies all the time. Ed flies all the time. But now he doesn't fly all the time. So now I just say, Ed flew all the time. Ed flew all the time.
Oh, here it is. I was like, where the hell did this piece go?
Fun fact, the character Boba Fett is based on Ed's life. In fact, let's talk a little more about Boba Fett real quick.
I love that Ed is now like the focus of the show.
Yeah. The show is welcome to the Ed.
This is now the Ed show.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie called Ed TV?
Yes.
Isn't it with like Jim Carrey or something?
No. So that one you're thinking of the Truman Show. Yeah.
What's Ed TV?
My mom just repeated what I told her. I hear W's like sweet tarts with sugar and crunch candy coating at the bottom. Like I told her that there's like a tarty like stuff at the bottom because like I guess it more had to do with the fact that I was
it floats. It floats to the bottom. So like because it separates because of the type of energy drink that it is. It's like one of those things you have to constantly mix, otherwise it's just all the energy stuff just floats to the bottom.
I kind of like it though. It's almost like a reward for getting through the drink.
It's like super sour. It's like nasty.
I like it. I like it. It's almost like when you were a kid and you, Jackie, have you had it?
No.
You want to try it?
Try it.
She's not an energy drink person. She doesn't really
Do
like
it.
I drink a cup of coffee a day. That's about it.
Just try a little bit, just to say you've done it.
No,
It's like
she doesn't want to do it. Don't try and force her to do it. She's not going to do it.
oh, I'm not forcing. I'm just peer pressure.
No,
That's
peer
forcing.
pressure.
That's
No
what peer pressure is. That's what peer pressure is. Literally.
No, when I worked at CVS, I used to drink freaking Red Bulls like daily.
Yeah. I don't even like Red Bull. Blah.
I mean, I drink coffee in the morning, you know, but never more than 1 cup usually. Otherwise, too much caffeine can make my anxiety like, man. There's actually, I think I said this before, like there's certain times of the month that I can't even drink coffee because it just sends my anxiety like through the roof. And
of course, I never know when those times are. So like, I'll make coffee to try and surprise her. Give her a full cup of coffee, and she'll be like, "I'm not going to drink this."
Apparently, in the chat, they want you to do W with Pop Crocs.
oh geez,
You're just asking people to die. Like, is that a James? Is that a,
no?
That's
my mom.
mom. That sounded like a James thing. That really did sound like something James would say. Do it with Pop Rocks.
Do they even make Pop
They
Rocks?
do.
Yeah, they do.
Yes, Pop Rocks.
You could probably find them at CVS or something.
Be bouncing off the walls while going
Pop Rocks and Coke. Not
Yeah.
Coke. Coca-Cola.
Cola.
Pop Rocks and Coke. That would be interesting. No, it wouldn't.
That was the thing in the 90s where people started doing Mentos and Diet Coke.
Oh God.
There was
It was
an
like an urban legend.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
if you ate Pop Rocks and drank Coke, that you like
Your stomach would explode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's some old 90s folklore for you.
They have videos where people locked themselves in a vat of Coke and like dumped Mentos in it.
Oh geez.
That sounds like fun.
It's a bad idea.
Sounds like a jacuzzi.
Yeah.
Sounds like fun. James, make a note. We're doing this for our TikTok.
Oh jeez.
Oh God. Which one of you are going in?
Me? I'm the only one that does dumb stuff. Come on. James I do the stupid stuff. James just encourages it.
Pretty much. Do laugh. Lots of kids went to the hospital. Yeah. Oh, don't laugh. Lots of kids went to the hospital from Pop Rocks and Coke. Did they? Or is that an urban legend?
No, go ahead and laugh. I mean, now they're eating Tide Pods. I mean,
yeah.
Gotta have some fun.
Oh my God.
That's our generation doing that.
Tide Pods? No, it's
Tide
not.
Pods. It wasn't Generation Z. That was us.
That was
No,
not
that is Ezra's generation, not our generation.
We were not eating no Tide Pods. I know 2 people that ate Tide Pods or went to the
You
hospital.
know 2 people that went to the hospital or ate Tide Pods because.
Or do you
I'm
just know
imagining-
2 people?
I'm imagining a bunch of 50-year-olds eating Tide Pods now.
Every time I hear this, like anything like that, like Tide Pods, anything like that, I think of Gronkowski.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
There was an ad that he did for Tide Pods, and like he ends it with Tide Pods. So every time I hear Tide Pods, like kids eating Tide Pods, it's like, did they eat Tide Pods and then Gronkowski just hopped in and said, Tide Pods?
Yeah, that's 100% what happened.
But back to Boba Fett real quick. We'll talk a little bit about the con. I think we definitely should. What did you think?
The con was amazing. The con was it was a lot more well put together than anybody expected. It was just everything just fit perfectly.
Someone, I know you probably saw it last night. Someone messaged me and said they heard nothing but good things.
Yeah.
Which means
it was nothing but good things, like the whole show was just it was great.
Mm-hmm.
It was very I would say it was very like high professional level like that show. It wasn't like, because I've been to a lot of like small cons where it's just like, okay, well, I guess this is a con, this is a little boring, whatever, it is what it is. This con was not that at all. Like, this was a whole crap ton of fun.
I felt like there was more than I could possibly see going on constantly, right? Like all of us had a different experience all day. If you go and look at our photos, there was always something going on. Like there was dancing in one location and photos being taken another and signings in another place. Like I don't think you could possibly have experienced everything. You need more than one person to, cover the whole thing through the day.
I think I may have pissed off the 501st yesterday.
Oh no.
Just because they had a guy in a Vader costume walking around,
Mm-hmm.
and I was Deadpool and then in an Imperial officer's uniform.
Mm-hmm.
Well, naturally, if Deadpool is wearing a Imperial officer's uniform, he's gonna go mess with everybody that he can, right?
Mm-hmm.
I started messing with Vader. And the handler from the 501st, you could tell she was just getting visibly pissed off that I was just messing around with him and egging him on. But it was like, I mean, do you really expect anything else from a guy that's dressed as Deadpool in a Vader costume? Like, and you're at a con, like it happens.
She may not have known who you were either.
Yeah, like basically I was walking behind them and I was just making like just really dumb sarcastic comments, and it's just like so if I get a lightsaber, can I fight him? I think I can take him.
Oh no, I don't even have my lightsaber here either. Yeah.
So you guys drove down on Friday, and then there wasn't was there a con that day, or was that like a setup day, or
It was kind of a setup day, but also like the VIPs, like people who paid for VIP tickets, were able to walk around the con and like hang out with the celebrities that were there. Like a lot of people hung out with James Durbin.
who's that?
He was the runner-up from American Idol. He was behind Carrie Underwood, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's from like the Santa Cruz area.
Uh-huh.
So he was there. He performed on Friday night. They like got food for everybody, pizza and all kinds of stuff. We had a whole bunch of fun. Then we went to dinner that night on again, and I got a shout out Rob, the guy who ran the whole show, but he took us all out to get Italian food. And that was super cool. And we got to hang out with
Where'd you guys go?
what was it called? Do you remember? It was like something La Cruz.
La Cruz, yeah.
Yeah. But
What'd you get?
Got the chicken because that's what they said you have to get when you go there.
What kind of chicken was it?
It was bone in, like a garlic, like herb chicken thing. I guess that's what they're famous for. So, but yeah, so we went there. It was like a 3-course meal.
Yeah.
And we hung out with like Chris Reed and Natalie Sky, and Tim Donaldson showed up, and a couple other like some of the higher end vendors that were there and stuff like that. And we just all hung out and shot the shit, and it was super fun. The guy who owned all the bikes from the Sons of Anarchy, all those
Cafe Cruise, sorry.
Cafe Cruise. Okay. But yeah, no, Alec and his fiance Bridget, they were super cool, super young. I was not expecting him to be like in his like late 20s or 30s, but he owns all the bikes from Sons of Anarchy.
And hopefully we'll see him on the show soon.
Yeah, Bridget at least, because Bridget said that she would like to come on the show, and that'd be fun.
If Bobby was there, I would have went.
I told him that, and he said actually he was in negotiations with him, but he had another commitment.
Oh.
Same thing with Charlie Hunnam.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, I know that one is like, that's like kind of like that's a hard. Yeah, I don't know. Bobby's my favorite for some reason.
I told him that too. I was like my fiance's favorite character is Bobby.
I'm not like it's not like it's not like he's not Adam Driver, but
I know.
How do you guys like him so much? I don't get it.
Anyways,
I do not understand. Don't understand this phenomenon at all.
Anyway.
Oh my God, he's so handsome. No, he's not.
My mom is so shocked by the way that you act so negative about Adam Driver. Anyway, so yeah, no, I'm not. It's not a matter of being like like that kind of like attraction to Bobby. I just like Bobby's character in the show because he's just the guy like he's kind of like the old school guy, just wants to do it the old school way, but he's also like the wisdom of the group. Like he knows where all the bodies are buried. You know, I don't know. I really like his like character in the show, and that's why he's my favorite character. I've watched the series like 3 times.
I mentioned that too.
And I didn't even watch it when it was on. The first episode that I saw was the last episode.
Really?
Yes, because my my best friend Katie, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna come over," because we were gonna go out. She was like, "I'm gonna come over, but we have to watch the last, the series finale of Sons of Anarchy first." And I was like, "Okay." So she comes over and watched it, and I was like, "Eh." And then I can't remember how I started watching it, because I have my friend Kenny, for some reason he somehow like sparked like me wanting to watch it. And then I watched the whole series, like not 3 times in a row, but like since the first time I've watched it 3 times. So okay. So yeah, if Bobby was there, I would have been there.
I felt really bad because I'd seen maybe a few episodes. I didn't know who anybody was.
Mm.
So I was just basically waiting for Star Wars Day.
That's kind of a random combination, though, if you think about it. Like Star Wars, and then I mean, I guess they're both like fandoms.
What Rob wants to do is do like fandom mashups. So it's like the whole thing being like, okay, well, I want one day to be a show that like that. His whole thing is he brings in actors that he'd want to meet.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, okay, so I want to bring in actors from Sons of Anarchy, and then he consistently wants to do the second day is always going to be Star Wars.
Yeah.
Right? But his other intention, because he ends up making friends with all of the actors and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
His intention is, if he can get all these people to like meet and somehow get, like Chris Reed and Natalie Sky roles on The Mandalorian. Like that's kind of his goal, is to like help try and facilitate those people meeting.
Well, the other cool thing about that show that I always thought was cool, like the like one of like the founding members of that
Sam Crow.
Well, no, of the group that they emulate was on the show.
Yeah.
So I think that was just, it was almost like you kind of had like the blessing from like all parties involved to like have this show that they did, it's kind of a violent, it's a little bit of a violent show, but there's also like a good like family like dynamic at first, and then it just starts to go off the rails as the series progresses. So
like Game of Thrones.
Jackie would know because she refuses to watch Game of Thrones.
No,
I can't get in.
I keep telling her like the first season is a little rough to get through, but once you get through the first season, you get hooked, and she's not willing to give it a try.
I think with Sons of Anarchy, I think when it starts out, it's any group. It's just like any other group that you would want to be a part of. That is just really like full of like a lot of like love and respect and loyalty and I got your back and like team togetherness bullshit. And then as the series progresses, it kind of like falls apart, but like at like its like core, it's like that's what it's about. And I think that's why I know that's why I like it, and I know that's why a lot of people that I know like it. Maybe they don't articulate it in that way, maybe I'm not even articulating, that's just the way that I'm articulating it, but that's why I liked it. Plus, oh no, never mind. I'm not even gonna go that.
I mean, all I can say, Kathy Timms Welch says Game of Thrones was not that good.
Oh, Kathy! That's my brother's sister's mom.
Your brother's sister's mom.
Yeah.
Hi, Kathy. Tell Big D we said hi. That's her husband now.
Game of Thrones was really good in the beginning, and once they came off the books and started making up their own crap, then you're like
you know what I think the other thing with Game of Thrones for me is because it's I think it's just a time period also that I'm not interested in versus like Sons of Anarchy is a time period that I am interested in. So I think that's a part of the reason why I can't get into it.
I see. I'm the other way around because Sons of Anarchy could be so real.
Mm-hmm.
It's too much for me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't do it. I
That's-
want lots of fantasy.
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's, yeah. There were, that's actually why my mom cannot watch Sons of Anarchy.
It's too real.
It's too real for her. I don't know. I prefer real over fantasy, except for Harry Potter. Just kidding.
I mean, Jackie recently just watched all of Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's so cute. Oh, it's so cute to watch those movies in the right order.
I was gonna say cute probably stands for like the first 3 movies. That when Voldemort comes back, that whole series gets super dark.
Well, you get the I'm Harry Potter, and then like I'm Harry Potter, you know?
I'm Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then and like I said, then Voldemort comes back and kills everybody. So it's like it's almost like Game of Thrones. Who's gonna die next?
Yeah, I can't do Sands of Arcane. New people like the characters on that show. That's big for me. I know people that are like off that show, like the real life versions, and you're sort of like,
What you're saying
Yeah.
is you meth heads from Modesto is what you're saying.
pretty much, probably, yeah. Does Harry Potter hold up? Yes, it does. Despite what J.K. Rowling is saying and doing, I feel like
J.K. Rowling doesn't hold up, but Harry Potter.
no, yeah. Well, she based it. I guess it's supposed to be like taking place in the
90s.
90s, late 80s, early 90s, but she is really careful not to place a time on it.
Oh yeah, a lot of people they started looking at like different things, and this is supposed to be based on it starts in like the mid 90s because it gets very 2000y towards the end of the movie run.
I always just felt like Harry Potter was like it's what I would define like its own like universe. Yes, I don't know. I guess with Harry Potter, I never tried to like guess like which time it was like occurring. I just always thought it was like its own time and its own universe, but that's just me. Harry Potter is timeless. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Harry Potter.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Harry.
Someone forced me to watch it, says Kathy.
Oh, geez, Kathy.
My grandmother brought me the first book back in the 90s. She lived part-time in England. So they had the book before we did, and she brought one over and she was like, here, this is like really popular over there. Thomas Wong.
Yo, what up, Thomas?
I can't read it.
He says, hey, hi, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to go back to the comment
I
page.
can't read it.
Okay, there you go.
Okay. Thomas Wong, what's up? What's going down on the ranch?
Yes, in the universe of Platform 9 3/4. I want to go to King's Cross one day. That's just on my bucket list.
King's Cross Station. Now one of the most famous train stations in the entire world because of that movie.
Yeah, I know, right?
So Thomas Wong wanted to know how the show was. We kind of got derailed. We were talking about Friday and about how they got there, they hung out with the VIPs, they went out to dinner, then we started talking about Sons of Anarchy. So then you guys went to your hotel.
We got to Saturday because Saturday was Sons of Anarchy. Friday was pretty much just buying things and getting set up. Like I spent half the day by myself because you guys got there pretty like in the middle of Friday.
Yeah, but I mean, Friday it was only VIPs,
Yeah.
and it was literally just that day. So we weren't when we talked about it wasn't. He told us to straight up, it's like it's not a big deal, man. As long as you guys are for Saturday, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I messaged him ahead of time. I was like, I don't know how much of my group is actually going to be there in time, which is funny because I thought I was like, yeah, James and Phil will probably be there pretty on time, and Kyber Cave is going to be late. It was the other way around. Kyber Cave was super early, and you guys were super late. And it was just, he was like, I was expecting it. So yeah, Friday note was just shopping and setting up and being like, hey, how you doing? Saturday was a Sins of Anarchy, which is I did a lot of table touching that day. And you guys did a lot of picture taking and booth stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we handled the booth pretty much the entire day, and me and James at one point, because James, whenever I cosplay, James is my handler, so he usually takes pictures, lets people know like where we're gonna be.
Does he give you treats?
Yeah, he does. He does.
Mhm.
Gives
Yeah.
me treats. But the whole
gives him Scooby snacks.
exactly. Hello, Raggy. So we were taking pictures and whatnot, and then after a while, like our main thing was we wanted to get Mary Gibbs, who played Boo, to
Oh,
I wanted her to like we were gonna stage a thing where I came up, got super excited, and she was gonna say Kitty, and I was gonna cry, right? Because I was dressed as Sully as Deadpool. It ended up happening organically without telling her anything at all. Because I walked up just acting all excited, and I was like, oh my god, it's Mary Gibbs, oh my god, and she goes, Kitty, and I just dropped to the floor crying. It was a fake cry, obviously, but I mean, I dropped to the floor crying, and she just starts laughing so hard. And it was exactly what we wanted, but it happened organically without us having to tell her, like, this is what we want to do, and we want to stage this and all this other stuff. So it was pretty cool. And then we end up hanging out with her for like a good, I don't know, like 20-30 minutes. And yeah, I mean, she was super cool. And then later on, we ended up hanging out with just because he recognized us from dinner before. Ended up hanging out with Natalie Sky and Chris Reed for like a good 45 minutes, just talking.
How were they?
They're super cool. Yeah. Chris is really funny.
What was cool about them?
They're just like Chris is super laid back. Natalie is just like really just they were just hella chill.
Yeah,
I got video of him coming in the doors on the bike.
On the bike, yeah, we posted that on our Instagram.
And also, I know he's watching. So, hi, Steve Mead. Let me play with the droids all day.
What?
Even his droids.
Oh, what?
So Steve has like actual like droids like R2D2 and Chopper and all that. Controls them with like a PlayStation remote. Right? Like they basically just
but not the ones you're looking for.
No, definitely not the droids that we're looking for.
Got it.
I was looking for him. No, and it's funny because I tease him the whole. I know he's watching. I tease him the whole time, because the controllers, one of them is backwards for Chopper, because he's got two R2s, a Chopper, BB-8, and
just surprised the BB-8 wasn't rolling around.
Yeah.
I like his pit droid. He has a pit droid in a speeder.
Yeah.
And I saw him rolling around a couple times.
Oh, and the mouse droid, yeah.
Yeah, and he's got the mouse droid too.
What's a mouse droid? Is that from the movies?
Yeah. So you remember when they in episode 4 when they have Chewbacca captured to like the yeah, and he's like they're walking down a hallway and there's like a little kind of like gray droid that walks up and he yells at it and it turns around and runs away. That's the mouse droid.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I played mostly with R2 all day. I had so much fun playing with people because I would get R2 to stop and just act like he was a statue, like just maybe something that somebody set down. And as soon as someone would get close to him and like inspect him, be like, "Oh, cool! What a cool little statue!" I'd like make him talk and start dancing, and they'd be like, "Whoa!"
Oh, speaking of whoa, I think Bob Ross just whoa'd right now. Look at that.
Whoa!
All right.
Happy little Lego.
Okay, so you said what was it? You said Chris
Reed.
Reed. Okay, and Natalie Sky were they were cool peeps.
Super cool peeps.
Okay, so then what else?
Let's see. The only
This is
person
still Saturday.
this is still Saturday. Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday, yeah.
Person I didn't really get to talk to, and I made like a quick little joke towards him, but then like he was kind of busy. Was Opie,
Mhm.
who was like the person I wanted to meet the most, but
I never got to talk to him. I tried so hard all day.
he was fairly busy, so I was like,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was probably one of like the other like top fan favorites.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. My friend Kenny, that was like I remember that was like his favorite character.
because Opie's my favorite character.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
I have a friend that claims that he looks like Opie. Now that I'm seeing him, I don't see it, but I guess on the show he probably looks different.
On the show I started knowing that he was going to be there. I started following him just to see if like he shared anything about you guys or anything like that.
Mhm.
He does like a lot. He's kind of a little bit of a hippie, a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, he's a little bit of a hippie. He does like a lot. He talks a lot about like meditating and and that. And I mean that doesn't make you a hippie, but there's just like there's other things. If you go look at his Instagram, he's kind of like Jason. Like you know how like Jason Momoa is kind of a hippie.
Yeah,
he's kind of like that.
I know stories that I can't tell, and I'm like filtering through. Yeah. Moving on to Sunday, because I think that was pretty much it. It was pretty chill. Just a lot of I was trying to reconnect with a lot of people that were there. You guys were doing a lot of promoting. Oh, we did. Before I move on, we did the cosplay contest, which was a lot of fun.
What was the costume contest?
It was just pretty standard. Who won? What was the guy that was one of the people that won? I didn't get what his fandom was.
I know it was an anime.
And then we had the chicks from Mario, the
Right.
three girls from Mario that won.
The Bowsettes.
Mm-hmm. Bowsettes. Thank you.
Those
and then
so they were taking. They said they were going to take on Bowser himself,
Mhm.
but the Bowsettes actually are characters in Mario. That's Bowser's daughters.
Mhm. I know people were calling foul because they were like, "Oh, most of the judges are guys." But no, they were awesome. I even liked them.
Yes, I would admit they were hot, but the problem is or not the problem. The thing about it was they also had the most elaborate setup for a costume
Oh
in
yeah.
comparison to anyone else who was there.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, did you just say somebody was hot?
Yes, I did.
I didn't mean to get you in trouble.
Like,
No,
Adam Driver's hot.
Adam Driver's
Adam
hot.
Driver is hot.
Adam Driver has giant ears.
Mm.
Oh, you know what I think is sexy? Dumbo.
How about we get you set up? How many people? I would say about 20 people entered. Would you say?
Maybe about that, yeah.
Yeah. And
Is this guy supposed to be the Wario or whatever?
No, he was a Quidditch player.
Oh, okay.
But he also mashed it up with AC Liverpool. So
Who the
that was
hell
kinda
showed
cool.
up as a freaking Togo's cup?
He was
Our
the
sponsor.
owner of Togo's. He was actually our sponsor.
Oh, okay.
And we thought that was the funniest thing. He said he actually does marathons in that.
Oh, jeez, Louise.
Yeah. But no, he was a sponsor. And I was and he wasn't gonna enter the costume contest, but I was like, you dude, that is so good. You have to do that.
Age ranges, gosh, little baby. There's like a little baby or something in there.
The
Uh,
Yeah, the on the Sunday one there was a and he was actually one of the winners. He was third. He ran third place. Kid was probably like 2 years old, but he was the Joker, and it was
Mhm.
like really good.
Yeah.
Like, makeup was really good, and for a 2-year-old to walk up and then start doing like the Joker pose, and then start like just kind of like being really creepy, like on where he was just adorable 10 seconds before.
Mhm.
I was just like, how do you get a 2-year-old to actually act like the Joker? That's pretty awesome.
That was pretty cool. I didn't see that in there. Is that in there somewhere?
There's not a video of that, but
Mm.
if you look at the winner's picture, you'll see he's not like you couldn't get him to stand still to take the picture, so he's kind of just like jumping around.
Mm-hmm.
A 2-year-old to stand still?
I know, right?
That's not hard. Oh yeah, I see him.
I came back with a strange cough. Not COVID, I don't think, but came back definitely allergies. Who is judging? You and I, and help me out, Steve, in the chat. Or in I know you're messaging me too. Who was the third person that judged with us? Because he was wearing a helmet the whole time, and I'm like, who's that?
He was one of the Mandalorians.
Okay.
That was on Saturday. On Sunday, it was me, James Durbin, and C. Andrew Nelson.
Yeah. I was supposed to be there. I was very, very late because I was putting some fires out. Sunday was kind of crazy. And I ended up being a handler for a lot of the stars for Star Wars Day. So I feel bad. It got dumped on Phil and James Durbin and C. Andrew Nelson to do the judging. I felt bad.
Because I got to hang out with James Durbin, and he's super cool.
Yeah. Okay, finishing Saturday. I think that was pretty much finished. I always do this when I come back from the ocean. My lungs don't like the salt air. I don't know why. Let's see. What was the criteria? The criteria was we had a requirement that you had something handmade on your costume. And they had to show us. I don't know if you guys followed that on Sunday. Did you follow that on Sunday?
No, because the rules were not actually told to me. So I mean, and
Oops.
I everything was thrown to me at the last second, and there was no rules that were given. I had no idea.
You guys killed it anyway. Okay, anyway, so Saturday, we got into Saturday. We all showed up, and I pretty much got carded by Rob immediately. He was like, I have something for you to do. And I didn't really see this. Yeah. There was a whole bunch of signings that had to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a whole lot of like all sorts of things happening all at the same time. And he was like, I need you to be my eyes and ears. Basically handed me a radio and it was like, you go and make sure that all these signings happen and I need your help. So we were constantly like, because it was Emily Swallow, and then the 5 Boba Fett's and C. Andrew Nelson. Who am I missing? That's it. For the panels, for the signings, and there was like just a ton of things to get them to sign that were in the back room.
Mm-hmm.
And then they were also having to do their signings out in the open. So every time they would get a lull, we'd pull them back and get them to do some more signing of like Funko Pops and stuff for like fans and friends of the show. And then people would sometimes, if they didn't want to go wait in line, they could like buy the autograph, and I would run and get the autograph for them and then bring it back. And then it was just a whole lot of craziness. And yeah, like it was just no, we're not still talking about Saturday. We're talking about Sunday now, James. And I barely saw you guys most of the day. It was a whole lot of hanging out in the green room and making sure signatures are done and running things to and from the back room to the front of the con and back and forth and back and forth. It was a lot of fun. I've got a lot of cool pictures. I'm not sure if I can show yet. Because yeah, it was sometimes people were just relaxing, and I'd take pictures to give to Rob later, with him and his friends. Yeah, but you guys killed it the last day where I saw you show up as Deadpool. That was Sunday. As messing with like Darth Vader and everything. In fact, I've got a picture of you showing up. I don't know what I was doing, but I ran into you somehow. In your uniform.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. I actually just got a message. He's like, salt air is clean. Yeah, I ended up getting pulled away for pictures with the Fets a lot. And yeah, I would constantly get messages from Gina like, when are you coming back to the booth? Never. I'd love to sit down. But you came to the green room with me once or twice too.
I did.
Mm-hmm. Didn't you? I was like, come with me, and we went to the green room. Remember?
Vaguely.
Okay.
I had a lot going on, so I mean.
Mm-hmm.
It's falling apart.
I know, but I put this on backwards.
You're breaking it.
Put it on backwards.
Let the pull a Sandrita on you. I paid a lot of money for that.
Not be my mom.
It was all well worth it too because we got what did we get, Philippe?
We got I got a 5-piece autograph of Boba Fett. All the Fets. That was is it JST certified, JSA certified?
Mm-hmm.
And that was super cool. There we go. I was wondering why this didn't fit. Anyways, we got a lot of silence going on here, and I'm not liking it.
Okay, the conversation kind of died.
So this is what we're gonna do. Let's bust out some pod decks.
Okay.
I'm gonna hand it over to Jack here. You are in charge of the pod decks, Jack.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see. We did this. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. In the chat, I'm gonna read off some pod decks. Options, and whoever gives the third chooses the third suggestion, we'll do that one.
I like that.
Okay. So we have movie night. Oh, we already did that one. So movie night, Globetrotter, and Royal Rumble.
Royal Rumble, like wrestling?
I don't know. I guess we're gonna find out. Okay, and then I'll throw a foodie one in there too. So movie night, foodie, Globetrotter, or Royal Rumble. So whoever gets the third comment in, that's what we're gonna pick. Gonna go over the options again. Okay, maybe not the third one. Anybody? Okay, there's 9 people watching. That's like 1/3 of the people that could pick something.
Quiet chat. It's always a quiet chat.
They're just there trying to see what's gonna happen.
Okay, foodie. So there's one. Need one more. Two more. Sorry, two more. I don't know how to count. I'll go over them again. Let's do movie night, foodie, Globetrotter, or Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble is like a Nacho Libre.
No, please don't.
Oh.
All right.
Nacho.
Okay. Ya pues. Okay. Okay, well, we're just gonna go with foodie because I have an impatience problem. Let's see, foodie. All right. Go. Oh, Globetrotter. Okay. Okay.
No, there was only one. 1, 2.
And then my mom said foodie, and then Tyler said Globetrotter. So I technically need one more.
Mm-hmm.
Whoever wants to get the third one in, anybody who's already voted can vote again. It's just number 3. Come on. Going once. Going twice. Let's go. Let's go. No. Man. All right. Okay, Philippe, which one should we do? Foodie or Globetrotter?
Let's go foodie.
Okay, foodie. All right, we're doing foodie. What's your guilty pleasure snack? Philippe?
Are we going me first?
Yeah.
All right. Popcorn.
That's your guilty pleasure snack? Isn't a guilty pleasure is like something not like a normal thing that you eat?
I mean, it gets difficult at that point.
Oh,
yeah. Like, which one do I pick?
Because you have ARFID?
Because I have no, because I like snacks. The first thing that popped in my head was Trolley Bright Collars for some reason, but also like C's candy.
I went to C's on Friday.
Without me?
I brought you back crumble
you did
cookies.
brought me cookies. You brought me cookies.
Okay, Phoenix, what's yours?
I don't really do snacks.
This doesn't necessarily have to be like a packaged snack food because I know what mine is, and mine's not a packaged snack food.
Chocolate, I guess.
What kind of chocolate? Like candy bar or
Ghirardelli.
Ooh, what kind?
Yeah. I love the caramel and chocolate, salt caramel and chocolate.
Oh,
Ghirardelli.
Those are the best. Those
Mm-hmm.
are the best. I went to a Giants World Series victory parade one time, and they were throwing peppermint bark, Ghirardelli peppermint bark squares off of trolley cars, and hit me in the eyelid and scratched my eyelid across my eyelid, and it was bleeding. I don't know which player it was, but yeah, that's my
write him like you attacked me.
Yeah, no, it was just a part of the experience.
Damn you, Barry Zito!
No, it wasn't Barry. Can you unlock your phone?
Yes.
I would say my guilty pleasure is specifically Philadelphia jalapeno cream cheese.
Yeah.
And salami.
No, this I can 100% confirm this.
That is my guilty pleasure. Like whenever I'm having like a rough day and I just want to go home and just cry. I haven't done it in a long time. That's what I get. That's what I get.
Yeah, I can confirm.
It's my favorite. Like cream cheese is like my favorite thing in the world. Like regular cream cheese or like a cream cheese Danish. It's my fave.
I haven't had Dairy Queen since like 2015. Oh, we lost you. Rose's seaweed sounds so good.
She's not even allowed to eat anymore. God took that privilege away from her, so we don't listen to her, what she likes. She tried to send me recipes for breakfast salads one time.
Breakfast salad.
I don't know. It had egg on it, and I was like, "This is why God took your ability away to eat."
You're so bad.
Can you unlock
It's so mean.
It'd be like that sometimes. We still love her.
We do.
Oh, you don't know his password?
No.
No, she did know it for a while, but I mean, we don't go into each other's phones like
I
that.
don't really care. I got over that a long time ago. Let's see. What's the most inventive meal you ever eaten? Holy crap, that's every day of my freaking life. What's the most inventive meal you've ever eaten? Actually, I know what mine is.
So remember, I think we just told you about it. Me and Darren made a chorizo burger with
You and Darren made a lot of things.
Yeah, I know. Me and Darren made a lot of weird things, but they were really good though. We made a chorizo burger
With like mozzarella sticks
with
in
a
it?
mozzarella stick inside of it, and
Yeah.
then smoked Gouda on top of it on an English muffin.
That's
in it
like
with
the
an egg.
Aki way. Phoenix, what's the most inventive thing you've ever eaten considering you're like a chef? Oh, I remembered your password.
I was gonna say, I like it's not even a privacy thing. Like I feel like you should know just in case like something happens to your other. You know, like I can't unlock anything.
But again, because we don't use each other's phones like
But
that.
I think
like I forget hers all the time. I always have to tell her, hey, what was your password?
I think you could always hold down the lock button and say like call 911 or something.
Yeah.
And there's like a emergency. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Like,
not. Trust me, I've gone to this phone before. I have no problem doing that.
Yeah. Gosh, food.
Most inventive thing you've ever eaten.
Fried pickles.
I've made those before.
Yeah, with tzatziki sauce.
I would say my most inventive food was I bought some like sliced turkey at Costco. And I don't know why I bought it. I just was like, oh, we'll have it. I was thinking like sandwiches, like you could make it to make sandwiches, but it wasn't like lunch meat turkey. It was more like it was, I guess, more like carved turkey. So when I took it out, I was like, this is more like carved turkey. And so I
know which one you're talking about.
So I took out like 4 pieces of it and I stuck it in the air fryer and like heated it, and then I made mashed potatoes, gravy, and like canned green beans or whatever, and I just like heated everything up, and I had like the perfect turkey dinner in like 10 minutes with like everything that you need for like a turkey dinner. I would say that was probably my most inventive meal, although I made some pretty funny things with my mom before. That's mostly because whenever I bake, I always forget something. I also made gluten-free focaccia bread the other day that Natalie said came out really well.
So I've gotten big into like rice, doing like the keto diet. So like rice, I'm blanking on the word.
Cauliflower rice.
Cauliflower, yeah.
I used to do, there used to be like a, you know how like they have Blue Apron, Hello Fresh, all that kind of stuff. There was another one. It doesn't exist anymore. It's called Hand Pick or something like that. And I ordered it, and they had, this is like probably like 2 years before cauliflower rice really just like kind of hit the scene. And I had a recipe that came with that had cauliflower rice, but it didn't, you had to like grate the cauliflower on a cheese grater. And it goes everywhere when you do it that way. So when I would do it in a bowl in the sink, and that way like whatever flew out of the bowl just fell in the sink, because it literally goes everywhere. So I do like cauliflower rice, but considering the field that I work in, I try not to do any of the like named diets anymore.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm curious about one. What's your sort of go-to when you're kind of drunk but you're a little hungry? Do you like a go-to snack?
At home, that was probably me the other night. It's usually like a quesadilla or something. Or like chicken nuggets. We always have chicken nuggets. There's that. When I was living at my parents, I lived down the street I lived up the street from Jack in the Box, so we used to always get like chicken sandwich, tacos, that kind of stuff. And so I would say that's probably like my go-to. And then every once in a while, depending on where we were at, we would go get pizza or burritos from Americana, which was was not good. But like at 2:00 in the morning, Americana was like open, so you go to Americana and get like a crappy piece of pizza and a burrito. Except their nachos were good.
Parolitos. In the Mission. That was like our 4 a.m. We're drunk as shit. Let's go get a burrito.
Yeah. See, I don't go out up here. Like this weekend, I went out. I left the dogs for 15 minutes, and Zoe like chewed me out for like 10 minutes after I got home about me leaving. Like she didn't bark when I left because I had the camera on and I was like watching her. She didn't bark the whole time I was gone, but as soon as I let her out of the laundry room, she barked at me for like 5 solid minutes. Like she was ripping me a new one, and I'm like, God, I just left for 15 minutes to get some beer. Jeez.
Like, you left me, Jackie.
What did I make? I think I made fried chicken. No, that was last night. I made fried chicken tacos. What did I have on Friday? Oh, I think I had a leftover. I had a burger. I just had a regular burger. I like burgers. But yeah, I would usually say we always have some form of a chicken nugget in the house.
Chicken sandwiches.
Always have chicken sandwiches. Always.
Chicken nuggets.
Yeah. But anyways, I was getting to a point when I had a point and then I went on a tangent. I was thinking the other night, I was sitting at home, I was drinking a beer, watching TV, and I was like, man, like I never really got like an opportunity before COVID hit to like go out and like party in like Sacramento. Well, the only places that I've really partied up here are not in Sacramento. They're up in Newcastle.
Oh, yeah.
I've partied in Newcastle numerous times. And then I usually just go to my sister's house afterwards. But yeah, I've never really. I went to a bar. What's that one bar? It's a gay bar down. I don't
remember
Sacramento.
which one it was. I remember dropping you off.
Yeah, I think it's a gay bar down in Sacramento, like down there somewhere. I can't remember the name of it. And the person that I went with ditched me.
Faces?
Coworker, right?
No, it was another one. Was it Faces? I don't think it was Faces.
I don't think it was Faces. It was another gay bar. It was in Midtown.
I was gonna say there's only a few of them.
So your mom, Phoenix, your mom said I like KFC and the cheese curds. Yes.
Yeah. Anytime I go to KFC, I get cheese curds. Anytime I go to
curds.
KFC, I get cheese curds.
I don't think you can't. Well, but cheese curds aren't KFC; they're A&W, so it has to be an A&W KFC.
Yeah, but the only ones that are around here are A&W KFC.
Oh, I don't know.
And they just came out with a sriracha cheese curd. It's actually pretty good.
Ooh, the only time I eat this too is when I'm drunk, and I have a little story behind it. Is I do s'mores, and it's
like in the microwave.
Yeah, microwave s'mores.
Yeah,
because when I was younger, I had a very scary ex-boyfriend, and I got sent to go live with. I was like, this guy's not going to back off, and so the schooling sent me to go live with these very scary Navy SEALs, because they're like, he won't bother your apartment. And they taught me. They would drink and drink and drink, and like, like they would wake up at 7 a.m. and like be back to drinking, and then go back to class, and then like because we were all supposed to be college students. And I was like, what are you guys doing? And they're like, oh, we have this cure where we do s'mores, because the combination of the chocolate, the graham cracker, and the marshmallow, like suck it up and like make it so you don't get hangovers.
It's usually the fat that it makes it harder for it. Not harder. It takes it longer to get into your blood system because of the lipid the lipid barrier. That's what I remember from my internship when we used to do nutrition and binge drinking. I'm like, whatever.
Just as my party life began in Sac, I found out Little Phoenix was on the way, but the Tower Cafe had a nice happy hour. Yeah, as soon as she moved here, she was pregnant with me. So party life never started here, right, Mom? Sorry.
I can't think of any. Like I said, I've never really done anything in Sacramento. It's been up in the hills.
Yeah, my life is pretty boring here. There's not a whole party scene here. A little bit in Midtown. I go and visit a friend once in a while to go out drinking and have fun, but there's not a whole lot here. When I was in Portland, it was nonstop drinking. I think most of college was a blur.
It was all a dream.
That
Pretty
was like
much.
that was like 20, like my from time I was like 23 to probably like 28.
Mhm.
And I wasn't, I was mostly on the weekends. I always went to work and, did what I needed to do and stuff like that. But like, I'm just so boring now. Used to be so much fun. Everybody's grown up and have families or moved away or stuff like that. And it's not like I would want to do it every weekend, but I have a friend, my friend Cooper, who like him and I have known each other since I worked at frickin' Jack in a Box when I was 16. And then we ended up working together. We were police aides. And then we've just always been friends. So like he's what would you call it? Like he's
Reserves.
He's in reserves, but like
Okay.
every couple of years he goes like full active and he like moves to wherever his unit is. So that's what he's doing now. So his unit is in Texas. So he's living in Texas for a year. And so meanwhile, his job, he works for UC Berkeley. They have to keep his job for a year, and then he goes and lives and works in Texas and is active for a year. And like sometimes he even like gets sent overseas, but
Yeah, he does active reserve.
yeah. So like before he was in like South Dakota and then Las Vegas, and then now he's in Texas. Anyway, so he's the only person that I would go down on like a Friday night, and like him and I would like go and like we'd hang out, we'd go to like a couple of bars or whatever and like hang out with some of our old friends, or like a couple of like our old friends or whatever. But now that he's not here, I don't do any of that. I don't go. I haven't been down there probably since. Last time I hung out with him, we found some random dog on like Durant and Telegraph. And so we found the dog, and then I was like, well, I guess we should take it to like a vet, because like there was like no owner or anything like that. So we took it to the vet, they scanned it, but like the chip wasn't registered. And because he works for he used to work for UC Berkeley police, I think. He used to work for them. So like he kind of knew them. So he went to the station and said, well, if anybody's looking for a dog, like have them call me. So like he took the dog home, and then like a couple hours later, the owner called him. I guess when he realized the dog was missing. And so Cooper like took the dog back to Berkeley at like 4:00 in the morning. I was like, how did we just randomly find a dog?
That's
It was
funny.
it was a good dog though. It was better than Zoe.
I bet it was better than Zoe. Zoe's a pain in the ass.
So random.
Tyler says Punch Bowl. Oh my god, I love Punch Bowl.
I've never even heard of that. Is that in Sacramento?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's Punch Bowl Social. It's right next to that was on our list of restaurants before COVID shut down. I went with my Amazon coworkers. But it's right next to the arena.
You know what? I think I passed by it. You know what happens to me every time I go downtown, I get so like overwhelmed with like options and like where to go and where to park. Every time I try to go to Tres Hermanas, they're closed.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter when I go. Whenever I'm like, oh, I want to, let me go to Tres Hermanas. I tried to go last Monday. It was closed.
Mm-hmm.
We ended up going to that Thai Basil.
Okay.
It's like a block away from Rick's Dessert Diner or whatever. Anyway, so we ended up going there. That was good.
I used to go there back when I was at the fort.
What's the fort?
The Sutter's Fort?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You worked there?
Yeah, well, I volunteered there.
Yeah, so we went there, but every time I go down there, we always like a couple of times, like Philippe and I have tried to go to Broderick's a couple of times, and I just get irritated with his driving and other people's driving. And then we ended up, I don't know, which is always hard to like decide on a place. But then as you're driving, that's probably just me, but as you're like driving like through, like you see all these people like out and having a good time, and it's like I can't make a decision on where I want to go. But the next place that I want to go down there is called Top of the World. It's like a tapas place.
Yeah.
And that place had good reviews and the food looked good. And so Natalie and I were going to go there, but it was closed. So we ended up going to Thai Basil.
So I'm looking at the time. What time is it right now?
It is 8:00.
8 o'clock.
Oh, okay.
We are on the button.
Yep, I'm gonna finish this last little tower, and then it looks like we're going to the ship again next week.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
Time flies when you're having fun.
I know. It really did not feel like we went 2 hours just right now. So yeah, no, we'll continue the conversation here, but this is gonna be the last piece I finish, and then we'll move on for next week.
Okay.
Yeah. No, Punch Bowl is absolutely. It's funny because there's one in Portland, and that was basically where I don't know. I think it was first date, third date, something like that. There's one in Portland, and no, first date, because Gino and I went. Like he took me on a super date, an accidental super date.
You mean he didn't get food poisoning? How romantic.
No,
the romance that me and Jack have is I gave her food poisoning.
Oh, no, there's no food poisoning.
You know, you can't go back once you give your significant other food poisoning.
Like you have to marry them. You have to marry them now.
It's true love when you give them, the shits.
Okay, so you went to Punch Bowl on your first date?
Yeah, we were acting together, so we went to a first we met at a bookstore, which is Powell's Books in Portland, which is really famous. It's like 4 blocks long.
The bookstore is 4 blocks long?
It's big.
Yeah.
It's like famous for being stupid huge.
Oh wow.
Yeah. It's like a 4 city blocks long, and then it's like 5 stories high. It's really, really high. And then there's a basement, and it's crazy.
Huh.
You can get lost there. We met there, then we went to Starbucks, and then we went to an improv show. And it was just, we were basically just there as friends. And then he was like, I'm having a really good time with you. How do you feel about going out for drinks? And so that ended up being our first date, where we went to Punch Bowl Social and went bowling and drinking, and the rest is history. So yeah. It was a lot of fun. I loved Punch Bowl after that. He hated Punch Bowl because he worked there, and he didn't tell me that until later.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't understand why when we were there, I didn't understand why all the wait staff were like, oh, that you guys are so cute, and like giving me like free things.
Uh-huh.
And then I find out later he's like, yeah, I worked there. I'm like, oh, okay, pretty cheap date for you, since you get to bowl for free and stuff. Thanks.
They have like bowling and stuff.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, it's like a I don't know, what's the there's another place that's got like video games. It's like adult video games.
It's not quite Dave and Buster's. I wouldn't say
not
it's
Dave and Buster's.
yeah,
No,
it's not quite Dave and Buster's, but
it's like it though.
it's like an adult version of Dave, like a more adult version of Dave and
The
Buster's.
Punch Bowl is?
Punch Bowl Social, yeah.
Huh.
And it's got terrific burgers and
Really great selection.
Mm.
mhm.
Why have we never gone there?
COVID.
It's open now.
Yeah, it's open now actually.
Mm.
I don't know if the games are open, but they're really good food.
Well, the last time when I went with Amazon, it was like right at the beginning
Mhm.
of like COVID and everything.
Mhm.
And I know they like shut everything down, and it was like boring as shit for us.
Oh.
But me and Jason went there. The first time I went there was with Jason, when we went to go to Hell in a Cell.
You went with Jason to Hell in a Cell?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, when me and Jason went to Hell in a Cell, that's when we went to Punch Bowl Social.
Mm.
And we were like, oh, this is super cool. But that was like right before COVID happened, remember?
Mhm.
So
That's nice. So how much longer do you think you're gonna take on this?
I'm almost done. I'm literally putting the last piece on, and then I got to mount it, and then we're done with that.
We
Hopefully,
always go a couple minutes over.
Hmm?
We always go a couple minutes over.
Yeah, hopefully this will be like another week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Because it looks like we're getting down to like the end of the ship itself.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you know, it goes however long it needs to go.
Oh.
I'm going super late on Batman
You're gonna be late on Batman.
because I was supposed to start Batman last week,
Oh,
but I'm not going to start Batman until I finish this. And I'm actually having a lot of fun doing this one.
actually, I don't know if James is still here, but that's where Ed's at tonight. He went to go see Batman with Carmen.
We went and saw Batman on Saturday night. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
We went to go see Batman.
I was.
Me, James, and Van and Ark.
Mm-hmm. And then Ezra disappeared with a new friend he made at the con.
Let's not talk about that. Because
No, that was all I was gonna say.
not his business.
And
out
then,
there. Can we not put his business out there?
oh no, I'm just saying he went and had fun. So Gino and I went back to the hotel and went to go see some friends at the con. That went to the con with us. And so I got to go spend time with she's my best friend, but yeah, he's like my little nephew. So she's brought her baby with her. And we had a good time. They like hung out at the hotel with us and
Oh yeah, you posted pictures of that, yeah.
mm-hmm.
Oh.
He's one. He's so sweet. He's teething right now, so he's super drooly. And like everything I owned was like soaking wet, but he was so cute.
That's funny. All right.
Wait, where are we at in life?
So I got 2 towers done. I mean, we are getting down to the nitty gritty on this.
This is my fault, isn't it?
No, it's fun.
Okay.
It is. I'm having a lot of fun with this. If I wasn't, I wouldn't keep building it.
Okay.
Deadpool's gonna hang out on the ship. The only thing I start wondering now is where the hell are we gonna put this thing? Because it's huge. It's a lot bigger than I thought it was gonna be.
Go find a spot for it.
New shelf time.
I know, right?
That's all this house has is shelves. Shelves on shelves on shelves.
All right. Well, I'm gonna switch.
After the con, I've decided I need new shelves because I brought home like 12 Funko Pops, and I promised myself I wouldn't do that.
I still have to grill Philippe on what he bought and what he didn't buy.
I only bought one thing.
Wow, milagro.
Which is funny because I had already bought this.
That's what you bought?
I bought, 2 of them.
Is this a different one?
Yeah, it's a different one. So I bought those, and apparently after the fact that I bought those, Ray had, I guess he bought me this a couple months ago.
Oh, this one has a different shirt though.
Yeah. I guess Ray bought me this a couple of months ago, and like he got all mad at James because he was like, dude, you were supposed to not let him go buy a Deadpool Lego. Because I got him the Bob Ross one, and but it was already after the fact. I was like, no, that just means one goes on the shelf and one goes with me. But that's the only thing I bought.
Milagro.
I didn't spend a whole crap ton of money on anything. There were things that I wanted to buy.
I'm sure there was.
But it was like, what would Jackie do? I don't need it. I'm not gonna die without it. And really, the thing that I wanted, I got was those signatures.
Yeah.
So
good job.
I'm happy with that.
Good job.
Well,
you can have a cookie.
I will have a cookie. I'm excited to have that cookie. Guys, it is time to end our fun meet time. I would have Jackie here waving to you guys, but she doesn't like being on camera, so we're fine with that.
Just let's see her hand. Like, let her hand dance.
You gotta like really lean in.
Like, you gotta do like the James hand dance.
There
you go.
You do the dance party here, and Jackie's hand is gonna dance for us. Is there anything you want to grab to make dance, Jack? Maybe you'll just make Deadpool dance for the dance party.
We found James's legs.
I found James's legs. They were under the desk.
Yay!
I
What-
mean,
What I still can't find is his glasses, but we'll figure it out.
He will just be blind.
isn't usually thick under the desk.
Thick is usually under the desk. James's legs were taking Thick's spot.
Okay.
So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the dance party. Let's get this going.
I'm on a boat.
Distance nerding.